Chapter 33. The Benefits of Possessing the Sutra. Then the Bhagavan said to the youth Chandraprabha, "Therefore, young man, Bodhisattva Mahasattvas who wish to train in purifying the great higher cognition of all phenomena should listen to the Samadhi, the revealed equality of the nature of all phenomena. Learn it, understand it, keep it, recite it to others, promote it, proclaim it, chant it, meditate on it with unadulterated meditation. Promulgate it and make it widely known to others. Young man, what is the purification of the great higher cognition of all phenomena? It is having no grasping toward all phenomena. It is having no clinging to the aggregate of correct conduct. It is having no pride in the aggregate of samadhi. It is the absence of movement in the aggregate of wisdom. It is having the discerning insight of the aggregate of liberation. And it is seeing correctly as it is the aggregate of the insight of the wisdom of liberation. The Bodhisattva Mahasattva who has those higher cognitions manifests all the manifestations of samadhi and teaches the Dharma to beings. This, young man, is what is called the purification of the great higher cognition of all phenomena." Then at that time the Bhagavan gave a detailed Dharma teaching on the purifying of the great higher cognition of all phenomena by chanting the following extensive verses to the youth Chandraprabha. The purification of the great higher cognitions is an incontrovertible teaching. Someone who practices in contradiction to it will not become free of attachment. That higher cognition, that wisdom, is the inconceivable wisdom of Buddhahood. Someone who remains in attachment will never know that wisdom. The numerous inconceivable dharmas are taught by using words. Someone who is attached to words will not know the meaning of the teaching. How can someone teach the meaning who does not know the meaning behind the words? Someone who has not learned what the true nature is teaches that which is not the Dharma as the Dharma. The one meaning of the differing words of the sutras that have been taught by me within thousands of worlds is something that cannot be stated. Through contemplating a single word, all of them will be meditated on. All of the many kinds of Dharma that have been taught by however many Buddhas there have been. For people who have mastered the meaning that all phenomena are selfless, when they have learned this word, the Dharmas of the Buddha will not be hard to attain. All phenomena are the Buddha's Dharma. They who have learned the nature of phenomena, they know the nature of phenomena, and do not contradict the nature of phenomena. All words are the Buddha's words, as all words have no substance. Although one seeks them in the 10 directions, the words of the Buddha will not be found. These words are the Buddha's words. Though one seeks them in the 10 directions, these unsurpassable words are not to be found. They have never been found and never will be found. The Buddha's words are unsurpassable. There is nothing higher than the Buddha's words. There is not an atom of them that is to be found, and that is why they are called unsurpassable. An atom, a phenomenon, is not produced, although explanations use the term atom. Something the size of an atom cannot be found. It is a term used in teaching on the worldly level. The unfindability of phenomena is found, but that finding also cannot be found. Thus they who know phenomena realize the highest enlightenment. And having realized the highest enlightenment, they will turn the wheel of the Dharma. Through turning the wheel of the Dharma, they teach the Buddha's Dharma. The Bodhisattvas who realize the highest wisdom of Buddhahood, because of that are called Buddhas, as they have realized Buddhahood's wisdom. The absence of existence, the absence of aspiration, the absence of attributes and emptiness It is these doorways to liberation that the Buddha taught as doorways. The eyes, the ears, and the nose, the tongue, the body, and likewise the mind. The Buddhas have explained that they are by nature empty. They who know in that way the nature of phenomena, knowing the characteristics of phenomena, they will not be in disagreement with it. This is the realm of experience of the heroes, of the bodhisattvas, the protectors. They know the emptiness of phenomena, and they never have any doubt. Those who know the nature of phenomena, those ones are called a Buddha. They guide countless, innumerable beings to enlightenment. That which is accomplished by the word Buddha, it is also accomplished by the words correct conduct. The words Buddha and correct conduct have the same characteristic. However many words are spoken, whether superior, middling, or lesser, they are all taught in the one word meditation, and in the one word Buddha. The Buddha's Dharma is stated to have no location and no direction. It has no birth and no cessation. Neither is it single nor multiple. It is not new and it is not old. There is nothing to be proud of. It is not blue and it is not yellow. Neither is it white nor red. That which is taught through verses is inexpressible and ungraspable. This miraculous activity of the sage is beyond the level of verses. The Buddha who has passed into nirvana is seen in the form of a Buddha. The one who imagines that he is present will also see the Buddha's miracles. When someone has reached nirvana, there is no being that is to be found. That is how the Dharma is taught, and many beings are liberated. Just as the sun and moon appear in a bronze bowl, without their own form going there, such is the nature of phenomena. Those who know the nature of phenomena to be like reflections, they do not see the Buddha's body as being a body of form. This phenomenon has no body. There is no body in it at all. A phenomenon has no body, and that is the body of the Buddha. Those who see the Dharmakaya, they are the ones who see the guide. The Dharmakayas are the Buddhas, that is, seeing the Buddhas. That which is specified through dependence is specified to not be specific. Those who wish to be renunciants should understand this approach. Whoever thinks I have attained is for that reason said to be without attainment. The one who is said to be a renunciant is the one who thinks, I have not attained renunciation. Those who have not learned this profundity, how can they teach the Dharma? They cannot describe it through using profound words. The 5 skandhas are insubstantial. Being non-existent, they arise. For the one to whom the skandhas arise, there is nothing that arises. Those characteristics of the skandhas are the characteristics of all phenomena. Those characteristics are taught, but there are no characteristics that exist. The characteristic of phenomena is the same as that of space and sky, as seen in the past, in the future, and as in the present. Space is taught to be ungraspable. There is nothing there to be grasped. That is the nature of phenomena. It is ungraspable like space. That is how phenomena are taught, that there is nothing to be seen. For the one who does not see phenomena, phenomena are beyond conception. These phenomena have no nature. They have no nature to be found. For those dedicated to Buddhahood's enlightenment, this is the domain of the yogin. The ones who know phenomena in that way will not have attachment to phenomena. Not being attached to phenomena, they understand the conceptualization of phenomena. The bodhisattvas, the protectors, have annihilated all phenomena. Having annihilated the conceptualization of phenomena, they do not become proud in the Buddha's Dharma. Having no pride in that preeminence, they examine and teach that preeminence. The ones who know that preeminence will have no pride throughout the 10 million aeons. The foolish examine that preeminence and subsequently continue in samsara. It has no location that can be found, even though one searches throughout the 10 directions. The bodhisattva, knowing emptiness, has no attachment to samsara. They practice to attain enlightenment, but their practice cannot be found. Their passage cannot be found, like that of a bird through the sky. The bodhisattvas realize that nature of enlightenment. Just as a well-trained conjurer is able to display illusions, although there are many kinds of forms, there is no form that can be grasped. There is no pride in acquisition or non-acquisition, as there is no acquisition in acquisition. That wisdom is like an illusion, and that illusion has no location. Thus the understanding of fools is a conceptualization of empty phenomena. Engaging in conceptualization, they are doomed to the 6 existences. Beings undergo birth and aging. There is no end to their being reborn. There is no end to the suffering of skandhas that are born and die. The suffering of birth and samsara is the conceptualization of foolish understanding. This does not cease throughout the aeons. Beings continue in samsara for millions of eons. They continue in the performance of activities, whether that of engagement or disengagement. They delight in the actions they perform, but those activities will not liberate them. They are carried along on a river of actions, and their actions will have no end. They will die over and over, always dwelling in the realm of the maras. Overpowered by the maras with poor understanding, they act through being afflicted by the kleshas. They experience births and deaths that take place in various worlds. Those various beings who are blind fools, they proceed toward death. They are killed and destroyed, and their existences are terrible. Those with foolish understanding kill each other with weapons. By continuing with that kind of activity, their sufferings only increase. Those with foolish understanding think, my sons and my wealth. They conceive of that which has no existence, and thereby continue to extend samsara. They who extend samsara, those individuals continue in samsara. They each go their individual ways, and therefore they are called individual beings. They reject the Buddha's teaching and teach numerous other doctrines. They are under the power of Mara, and they will not attain liberation. These fools, because of their desires, have intercourse with putrid women. They will be reborn as putrid beings, falling into the lower realms as a result. The Buddhas praise neither desire nor having intercourse with women. That is a terrifying noose, the dreadful noose of women. Those who are wise avoid it, like a vicious poisonous snake. They do not put their trust in women. That is not the path to enlightenment. They meditate on the path to enlightenment that has been taught by all the Buddhas. Having meditated on that path, they become unsurpassable Buddhas. Those who have become unsurpassable become shrines in the world. With unsurpassable wisdom, they become unsurpassable Buddhas. They follow the pasada vows and follow the path of correct conduct. They lead toward enlightenment countless millions of beings. They accomplish the benefit of innumerable countless beings. They are heroes with great wisdom, who beat the drum of deathlessness. They make the realm of Mara shudder. They make Maras shake. They lead to enlightenment, countless millions of Maras. They overcome their opponents. They defeat the Tirthakas. They shake the entire earth with its mountains and oceans. The great leaders, through many transformations, manifest miraculous manifestations of the body. The great wise ones display inconceivable miracles. They shake millions of realms, as numerous as the Ganges sands. They defeat the Maras and are greatly famed Buddhas. They manifest trees adorned with jewels, aromatic and beautiful, bearing flowers and fruits. Those heroes emanate delightful mansions, palaces, and pinnacled halls, and beautiful lotus ponds, filled with water that has the 8 qualities, that is clear, cool, and unstained. Those who drink that water cease yearning for the 3 existences. They become irreversible, those who drink that supreme water. Through supreme wisdom, they become supreme Buddhas. Know that they enter the supreme way of peace. Those who do not know that way, those focused on perceptions, will perish. The beings who follow that way and those who depend upon them will fall into the great terror of unendurable avicii. The terrible sufferings there are beyond description, but I and the bodhisattvas, the protectors, know them. They doubt the Dharma, which is profound and difficult to see. It is not on the level of fools, those who remain focused on perceptions. The manifestations of displays, of appearances of many forms, they are all of them seen in the supreme Buddha realms. All the appearances of manifested forms that are in every Buddha realm are all revealed here by the bodhisattvas with great miraculous powers. Those great heroes with great strength wear the armor of the great Dharma. They strike with the blows of the great Vajra of the meaning of emptiness. Many thousands of millions of light rays, as numerous as the sands in the Ganges, are radiated from their bodies, and they illuminate the world. They find no pleasure in women, and have no desire for them. Those conceptions have been destroyed, naturally with their conceptions of women. Wherever those heroes are present, those Buddha realms are not empty. How could the Maras and evil ones create an obstacle for them? Those who remain in fabricated views displease a multitude of Buddhas. Those who are based upon maliciousness maintain their desires and attachments. All of those who maintain those views should be known to be Maras, but those Maras and evil ones cannot cause them an obstacle. When all conceptualization has ceased, they do not relapse into conceptualization. That is how one should know wisdom to be, the inconceivable wisdom of Buddhahood. They see the past, the future, and also the present. Phenomena are revealed in that way, but there is nothing to be revealed. They do not know through knowledge. They are not despondent because of no knowledge. When knowledge and no knowledge have been examined, that is what is said to be the knowledge of Buddhahood. The bodhisattvas know communication, words, and terms, and they accomplish immeasurable, inconceivable benefits for beings. In order for a concept to be known, it is taught through grasping. The non-grasping of a concept is taught for the sake of detachment. That which is detachment is taught to be detachment from conceptions. As the nature of conceptions is known, there will be no conceptions. When someone has the conception, I must eliminate this conception, they cause conceptions to increase, and they will not be free from conceptions. For whom has this conception arisen? Who has made this conception arise? Who perceives this conception? Who ends this conception? When a conception arises for anyone, even a Buddha could not find any such phenomenon. Contemplate the meaning of this, and there will be no conception. When does a conception arise? For whom does the conception appear? How does liberation arise in the process of the mind? When liberation is experienced, all thoughts become non-thought. When thoughts become non-thought, at that time there is non-thought. When one is on the level of thoughts, having thus contemplated, all thoughts are eliminated, and there is non-thought. This is the ripening of good qualities, which is seen without mentation, and the thoughts of all beings are known in a single instant. As beings are, so are their thoughts. As are their thoughts, so are the jhanas. The inconceivable Buddha has taught these thoughts. When will thoughts cease for those who think of being alone in solitude? When they do not think that thought, then all thoughts will cease to be. When it comes to the time of death and their thoughts are continuing, their consciousness will follow the thoughts, and they will not be free from thought. If a man retains the concept of a woman, his desire will continue to arise. If this concept has ceased, he will not be stained by desire. This thought is a great thought. It is the unsurpassable thought of the Dharma. Through this thought of the Dharma, there will be a continuity of correct thoughts. Through incorrect thought, there will be countless thoughts, and though one thinks for a very long time, there will still be no cessation to thinking. When someone has the thought of an aim, in that cessation there is no wisdom. There is no cessation in the knowledge of a word. That is the nature of cessation. Through words, speech, and communication, phenomena are taught using the term cessation. Between phenomena there is no distinction, and through knowing that there is cessation. Even if it is explained for 10 million aeons that they are unproduced and unceasing, without attributes and without characteristics, they are taught to be without attributes. When all existence have ceased to exist, and they remain in non-existence, existence is not taught to be other than non-existence, and non-existence is not taught to be other than existence. The teaching of non-existence is given through the word non-existence, but not even all the Buddhas can see non-existence. That which exists is taught as this non-existence of all that exists. Knowing existence in this way, they are taught to be non-existent. There is no one whosoever who can connect with this non-existence. The connection with this non-existence results in a teaching that is one of conventions. The ones who have in their minds the thought, I shall become a Buddha in this world, will not be afflicted by craving for existence, and those wise ones will attain enlightenment. The bodhisattvas in meditation do not long for any phenomenon. When nothing is apprehended, that is called enlightenment. There are many who say, I am in a state of enlightenment, but not knowing this approach, they are far from Buddhahood's enlightenment. The Dharma that is taught through words is entirely composite and empty. The nature of these words is profound, subtle, and difficult to see. It is through great higher cognition that the teaching of this sutra is given. It is taught by all the Buddhas for the sake of the bodhisattvas. Remedies defeat however many kleshas they have. Remaining in higher cognition, they cultivate miraculous powers. They maintain the knowledge of contemplation, and that knowledge also ceases. There is insatiable acquisition of inconceivable, immeasurable wisdom. Their samadhi and miraculous actions are devoid of mentation. Such is the ripening of these heroes, who are always in a state of meditation. With these ripened miraculous powers they go to millions of realms, and they see those who are the illumination of the worlds, who are as numerous as the sands of the Ganges. Their births and their deaths are the processes of their minds. They have attained power over their minds, and their bodies are bright. The Buddha Shravakas who maintain the miraculous powers they have cultivated do not even approach a 16th fraction of the miraculous activities free of mentation. All the devas are unable to know their thoughts. Only the lords of the worlds and those who are equal to them can do so. They do not become bald, and their hair does not become white. They do not have evident aging, and thus have no suffering or death. They do not have doubt or mistrust, and they have no uncertainty. Day and night they seek for thousands of millions of sutras. All their propensities for the kleshas are eliminated. They always have an equal mind toward all beings. They teach quintillions of samadhis throughout the 10 directions. Without respite, they answer thousands of millions of questions. The concept of male, the concept of female, and all other concepts have ceased. They remain in the recognition of non-existence, and they teach that which is certain and true. With completely pure wisdom, they teach the Dharma correctly. They are dedicated to proclaiming the Dharma, and are in the domain of samadhi and wisdom. Though they practice dhyana, they do not remain in existence. Their words are not meaningless. Their teaching of the Dharma is fruitful. Those who delight in this sutra will easily become human, avoid all disadvantageous existences, and repay the kindness of all the Buddhas. Those who possess one verse of this precious sutra will abandon samsara for countless aeons. Those who delight in this sutra are seen by all the Buddhas. They will serve the Buddhas and quickly attain enlightenment. Those who delight in this sutra, they will have no doubt or uncertainty concerning the entire Dharma, and they are near to nirvana. They will see a great hero, a Tathagata on Grudakuta. All the Buddhas will give them prophecies, and they will appear to be compassionate jinas. Those who follow this sutra in this time of destruction will see Buddha Maitreya and attain excellent patience. They will remain at the summit of existence, the inconceivable summit of existence, and at that inconceivable summit they will know no doubt. They will not have any doubt at all, not even an atom of doubt. As they have eliminated every atom of doubt, enlightenment will not be difficult to attain. In the terrifying age of destruction, they will undergo hardship, train in this precious sutra, and have an unceasing eloquence. They will promulgate this sutra and will guard the treasure of the Buddhas. This is an offering to all the Buddhas, an inconceivable offering of the Dharma. Those who maintain this sutra during the cruel age of destruction will without difficulty attain wisdom, the inconceivable wisdom of Buddhahood. Those who receive this sutra from the Buddhas of the past will come into possession of it and promulgate it in the age of destruction. Their voices will proclaim the conduct of the Sakya lion in the presence of the lords of the world in millions of Buddha realms. And in the presence of the Buddhas, they will always roar the lion's roar, with an endless confidence of speech, teaching the enlightenment of Buddhahood. And those who have been prophesied by the Buddha will be born into the Ikshvaku family. They will protect this enlightenment during the terrifying age of destruction. Their bodies will be perfect, adorned by the primary signs of a great being. They will send emanations to make homage to millions of Buddhas. There will be the manifestation of golden, illusory flowers, and flowers made of beryl, of crystal, and of silver, and every kind of jewel appearing from their hands, which they will scatter toward the Buddhas in seeking the path to enlightenment. Various kinds of offerings in perfectly created music, as numerous as the Ganges sands, will be emitted from the pores of their bodies. The countless millions of beings who hear that music will progress irreversibly toward Buddhahood's highest wisdom. Those millions of Buddhas recite countless praises, and their sound is heard within countless realms. For those who hear that sound, all their conceptualization ceases. When their conceptualization has ceased, they will see endless Buddhas. With that kind of wisdom, they will practice bodhisattva conduct. They will benefit all beings and become jinas who benefit others. Those who possess this samadhi are wise ones who will obtain these benefits and qualities, and also countless others. Even a female who hears this sutra and retains a single verse will change from having a female existence and will become a dharma banaka. She will never again afterward have a female existence and will always be handsome and adorned by the primary signs of a great being. They will all come to possess these supreme qualities described in this supreme sutra, and they will quickly attain enlightenment. Having obtained this sutra, which is the domain of all the Buddhas, throughout all their lifetimes, they will always be without fear. Teaching this samadhi, this peace, is the creation of bodhisattvas. Whoever wishes to attain enlightenment should give the teaching of this sutra. They will be close to the lords of sages, and will be close to Buddhahood's enlightenment. They will before long attain this level of peace and meditation. The bodhisattvas, the heroes, always remain in this enlightenment. They see millions of Buddhas as numerous as the Ganges sands. They will become Chakravartin kings who rule the world. See stainless Buddhas who have minds of perfect peace. Praise these lords of the world for hundreds of verses, and obtain the peace of this stainless samadhi. They will make unequaled offerings to those guides, who have perfect great fame and are supreme among humans and devas. They will cast aside the kingdom like spittle, and pure, perfectly pure, will practice celibacy. They will enter homelessness in the sage's teaching, and obtain the peace of this stainless samadhi. They will have friendly speech with gentle words, and become empowered and wise in teaching 1,000,000 sutras. Having attained this samadhi, they will teach it to many beings. Empty and without attributes, the perfect attainment of peace, the perfect and unimpeded practice of the Dharma of complete peace, the empty nature that is constant, stainless peacefulness. They have profound realization, continuous, endless realization, a vast realization, a realization that is incalculably beneficial. Having attained profound peace, this samadhi, they will become an illumination for all worlds. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, they will be continually pure in celibacy, unsullied, always free of the kleshas, and lead millions of other beings to the same. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, they will have exceedingly sharp wisdom, supreme wisdom. They will gain an ocean of learning and always have infinite understanding, virtuous speech, excellent understanding, and knowledge of the instructions. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, they will gain skill in works and skill in the arts, skill in healing and likewise skill in herbs. In everything they will be constant and perfect. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, they will be perfect and completely skilled in poetry, treatises, comedy, music, song, and dance, always becoming masters of these in this world. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, such people will be those who always have a retinue. They will not cause division, but will always keep harmonious unity, and practice the supreme, highest, peaceful bodhisattva conduct. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, those wise people will never have sorrow, pain, or mental anguish, and will at all times be free of illness. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, in this human world they will not have any illness, no physical pain, nor likewise mental pain, no toothache, and similarly no headache. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, they will never have any illness occur, none of the various sicknesses of the mortal world, whether physical illnesses or likewise mental illness. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, they will never have the many different kinds of afflictions, whether they are the various kinds of mental afflictions or the various kinds of physical illnesses. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, just as space, the air, is undefiled, has a pure nature, and is vast and bright, in the same way their minds will be completely pure. Having attained this peace, this stainless samadhi, just as moonlight and likewise sunlight too are pure, ungraspable, and radiant, in this same way their minds will be bright. Just as it is not easy using pigments to paint various forms in the air, in the same way it is not easy to create pictures in the minds of those who remain in this stainless samadhi of peace. Just as the wind blows in the four directions, going in every direction without impediment, their continuum of mind is like the wind, moving unimpeded without attachment throughout the world. One may be able to catch the wind with a net, one may be able to bind the wind with a noose, but it is not so easy to know the mind of someone who has meditated on this stainless samadhi of peace. One may be able to catch a reflection on water, and obtain from it a bowl of sesame oil, but it is not so easy to know the mind of someone who has meditated on this stainless samadhi of peace. Someone may be able to catch in their hands the lightning that flashes from the thundering clouds, but it is not so easy to know the extent of the mind of someone who has meditated on this stainless samadhi of peace. One may be able to know the languages of all beings, the beings in the Buddha realms in the 10 directions, but it is not so easy to know the heights of the mind of bodhisattvas who have attained this samadhi. When they have attained this stainless samadhi of peace, they will have no kleshas and be undefiled. Those who have attained this samadhi of peace will never again have attachment to the 3 existences. Having attained this stainless samadhi of peace, they have no longing for objects of desire, no longing for forms. They have no longing for women and have unconfused minds. They are peaceful, completely peaceful and undefiled. Having attained this stainless samadhi of peace, they have no longing for sons, no longing for daughters. They have no longing for a wife, and no longing for attendants. Their conduct is peaceful, and they are undefiled. They have no longing for gold, and no longing for wealth. They have no longing for higher rebirth, and no attachment to money and jewels. They have completely pure minds and are free of thought. That is the uniqueness of this attainment of samadhi. They do not practice celibacy for a higher rebirth. The wise are not generous out of yearning for a higher rebirth. Bodhisattvas are generous because they desire enlightenment. That is the uniqueness of this attainment of samadhi. Those who accomplish this stainless samadhi do not practice asceticism in order to have a kingdom, nor in order to become sovereign over the 3 existences. They benefit many beings because they long for enlightenment. They have no longing for songs and no longing for dance. They have no longing for incense and no longing for drink. They have no longing for food and no longing for clothes. That is the uniqueness of this attainment of samadhi. They have no longing for eyes and no longing for ears. They have no longing for a nose and no longing for a tongue. They have no longing for a body and no longing for a mind. That is the uniqueness of this attainment of samadhi. They have no longing for home and no longing for the forest. They have no longing for a monastery and no longing for a village. They have no longing for a region and no longing for a town. That is the uniqueness of this attainment of samadhi. They have no longing for generosity and no longing for conduct. They have no longing for patience and no longing for diligence. And they have no longing for meditation and no longing for wisdom. That is the uniqueness of this attainment of samadhi.
What do you want, Deborah?
They have no longing for being and no longing for life. They have no longing for the Buddha and no longing for the Dharma. They have no longing for the Sangha and no longing for enlightenment. That is the uniqueness of this attainment of samadhi. They have no longing for existence and no longing for non-existence. They have no longing for the middle way and no longing for the extremes. They have no longing for everything and no longing for nothing. That is the uniqueness of this attainment of samadhi. When they have attained this stainless samadhi of peace, desire can never cause them harm. Those who yearn for women have confused minds, and they know that this is the nature of desire. When they have attained this stainless samadhi of peace, anger can never cause them harm. The wise ones destroy malice. Through love they completely overcome anger. Ignorance can never cause them harm. Wisdom eliminates ignorance and stupidity. They attain measureless wisdom free of darkness. These qualities from attaining samadhi are measureless. Desire is always overcome by repulsiveness. Anger is constantly defeated by love. Wisdom cuts through ignorance the net of the kleshas. Those who have attained samadhi are majestic to the whole world. Sleep can never cause them harm. They eliminate the various subsidiary kleshas. They are undefiled and liberated. These qualities from attaining samadhi are measureless. Desire can never cause harm to the bodhisattvas who possess this samadhi. They delight always in generosity. They give away their possessions and give happiness. The bodhisattvas who possess this samadhi possess power that is beyond compare. At all times they are in the possession of strength. There is no one who is their equal in the world. They become Chakravartins in this world. They come to Jambudvipa as the sovereign of humans, and many beings make offerings to them, and in particular they attain the unique wisdom free of darkness. Such bodhisattvas become the leaders in a special jewel-like family. They have great wealth and are lords over many people. They have horses, elephants, and perfect chariots to ride upon. They have abundant gold and precious jewels. Those who have faith in the supreme wisdom of the Buddha, they are called the jewel-like families in Jambudvipa. They are born there into special jewel-like families, and they benefit a multitude of their kin. They carefully engender faith in those who are families in Jambudvipa who have no faith. They bring a multitude of beings to aspire to enlightenment, and they become self-arisen Buddhas, supreme jinas. They attain unequaled highest enlightenment, and turn the unequaled Dharma wheel in the Buddha realms. Those who then know that Dharma wheel will all remain in the birthlessness of phenomena. The bodhisattvas will perform many activities. Beings will constantly make offerings to them. They will constantly accomplish unequaled benefit. They will remove the darkness from the eyes of beings. The bodhisattva, joyous, with loving minds, and unstained, will become Buddhas. Wherever those bodhisattvas are present, they will create an immeasurable benefit for beings. They will protect correct conduct and have matchless celibacy. They will meditate on samadhi for many countless aeons. They will constantly have certainty in dhyana and liberation. Those bodhisattvas will be sons of the Buddhas. They always practice the bases of miraculous powers, and they go to various infinite realms. They listen to the Dharma taught by the Sagatas, and having the power of retention, they remember everything. Those bodhisattvas who have the power of retention teach countless sutras. Those bodhisattvas who have the power of retention accomplish countless benefits for beings. They know the deaths and rebirths and the coming and going of beings, what kind of actions they do, and the ripening of their karma. In that transference of karma, there are not even atoms to be found. Those greatly famous bodhisattvas know too that this is so. Emptiness is the supreme dwelling of the great beings. They establish countless millions of beings in the great jnana. When they are teaching, they have no concept of beings. The bodhisattvas teach without engaging in phenomena. When they teach the Dharma, there is no apprehending of an object. They reside in emptiness, established in enduring wisdom. When someone has been taught this samadhi, in which all the teachers reside, no conceptions arise in him. He naturally has no conceptions about women. When conceptions of women have ceased, he sits at the bodhimanda. Once he has sat at the bodhimanda, the conceptions of Mara cease. The wise one does not see Mara and Mara's army, and neither does he see the 3 daughters of Mara. Once he is seated upon the bodhimanda, all his conceptions are eliminated. Once all his conceptions are eliminated, the entire world is shaken. So too are all the worlds in the 10 directions, with their sumarus and their oceans, and this is known by all the beings in the 10 directions. This shaking of the world is the miracle of the bodhisattva. It is shaken 6 times when he attains supreme enlightenment. All the composite phenomena there are, and all the non-composite phenomena, all phenomena are understood that are taught by the word phenomena. There is nothing there to be understood, and that lion's roar arises. Knowing this process of arising, he becomes an illuminating Buddha. Phenomena appear dependently. Phenomena are produced dependently. The wise ones know the entirety of the dependence of phenomena. They know the development of all phenomena. They have complete understanding through emptiness. They have wisdom concerning states of existence. They have complete understanding of all phenomena. On seeking for these states of existence, the bodhisattva does not find them. That is the same as the inconceivable knowledge of all the Buddhas concerning states of existence. The one who has that complete knowledge knows all states of existence. Knowing the characteristic of the true Dharma, he brings an end to all illusions. Knowing the characteristic of the true Dharma, he gazes upon all the realms. Having gazed upon all the realms, he seats himself at the bodhimanda. Having sat at the bodhimanda, there is the sound of the lion's roar, which thus resounds throughout countless, innumerable millions of realms. All those greatly renowned Buddha heroes also cause those realms to shake. The leader of beings guides beings in the way that they are to be guided. Having reached the highest enlightenment, he rises from the bodhimanda. He guides the countless, innumerable beings who are to be guided. Then the Buddha emanates infinite Buddha emanations. These Buddha emanations go to thousands of millions of realms. They lead countless millions of beings to the highest enlightenment. He teaches the supreme Dharma for the benefit of all beings. That kind of great wisdom is the inconceivable wisdom of a Buddha. Therefore develop the aspiration, the supreme aspiration to enlightenment. Develop veneration for those with the highest qualities, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and the heroes, the bodhisattvas, who seek for the highest enlightenment. Without becoming disheartened, venerate them unflaggingly, and become before long an illuminating Buddha. Those bodhisattvas who come here from thousands of realms see the lamp of the world teaching the supreme Dharma. Those great heroes throw down great jewels for the guide, and in order to attain enlightenment, they cast down coral tree flowers. They adorn this realm, the highest Buddha realm. All of the 10 directions are covered with networks of jewels. They string up flags and erect millions of banners. Then they adorn this realm with endless adornments. They create countless beautiful pinnacled halls with balconies, upper chambers and towers, adorned with every jewel. They create palaces with crescents, round windows, and aviaries. incense, banners, and vases, and adorned with many jewels. The aroma of incense spreads throughout this Buddha realm. That delightful incense pervades a billion realms. When it has spread through them, a rain of incense falls. Those who smell that incense become Buddha's guides. They cast away the pain of desire. They do not have anger and craving. The net of ignorance is destroyed, and all darkness comes to an end. There they attain the miraculous powers, and the strengths, powers, and aspects of enlightenment. They attain the dhyanas and the liberations, and become worthy of offerings. 50 million beautiful seats are arranged, draped with millions of cloths and nets of jewels. The bodhisattvas, the famous heroes, are gathered there upon those seats. They shine with the primary signs, and also with the secondary signs. This entire Buddha realm is adorned by trees made of jewels. There are emanated ponds that are filled with water that has the 8 qualities. Those on the banks of those pools who drink from their waters are freed from all craving and become worthy of veneration by the world. In other realms too, bodhisattvas gather. They praise the Buddha, the lion of the Sakyas, the protector. Those who hear that praise become guides of the worlds. Here I have described the Sutra's inconceivable benefits. Countless millions of lotuses are emanated, which have petals made of gold and pericarps of usagara. They have stems of beryl and have leaves of crystal. They have stamens of emerald and have beautifully appeared. They have an inconceivable aroma that they continuously emit. The inconceivable aroma of the lotuses fills millions of realms. Those who smell that aroma that they delightfully emanate will have delight in their minds, and all their illnesses will cease. Desire, anger, and ignorance will cease without trace. When those 3 faults have ceased in them, they will be Buddhas who bestow happiness. From them are emitted sounds, countless numbers of the word Buddha, and from them also the words Dharma and Sangha emanate everywhere, and also the words emptiness, absence of attributes, and absence of aspiration. The progress of numerous millions of beings who hear them becomes irreversible. These words that are emanated also reach millions of realms. They establish countless millions of beings in this Buddha wisdom. The birds that are peacocks, abhidavats, and partridges also sing out a word, the unsurpassable word, Buddha. The birds that are snipes, mynas, cranes, and cuckoos also sing out a word, the inconceivable word, Dharma. The birds that are parrots, geese, ducks, shell ducks, and swans also sing out a word, the unsurpassable word, Sangha.
I just wanted to make sure you were right. I couldn't stand by the door earlier.
All the birds that there are in the Deva or the human worlds are continuously singing praises of the 3 jewels. Trees made of jewels
Praise you. Good night.
are manifested in this realm. Those delightful jewel trees are uniquely beautiful. On all those trees are hung every kind of ornament. They have manifested in this realm through the power of the Buddha. This display does not exist anywhere in any realm. This unique, superior sight is not to be seen in this realm. This is what has been taught by the Sakya lion, the protector. The greatly famed bodhisattvas have no doubt in that wisdom. They comprehend that the highest point. Their way is inconceivable. Their wisdom increases like an ocean into which rivers flow. They have no final end. It is like drinking an ocean. This is the inconceivable way of the bodhisattvas that has been taught. The greatly famed bodhisattvas, the heroes, are at the highest point. They give forth aspects of speech that are as numerous as the Ganges sands. There is such inconceivable speech, but the bodhisattvas have no pride. They have eliminated pride, and are near to enlightenment. They will not ruin their correct conduct, even for the sake of their life. The bodhisattvas are resolute, and behave immaculately. They do not become ruined by any concept of desire. They have eliminated all conceptions, and they have countless samadhis. They practice them while in meditation. They yet have no attachment to those samadhis. They have no clinging, they are attentive, and they have no attachment to the world. When they leave this world, they go to Sukhavati. When they have arrived there, they see Buddha Amitabha. Those Bodhisattva heroes are adorned by the primary signs. They have reached the domain of the 5 higher cognitions, great wisdom, and the retentions. They go to millions of realms and bow down to the feet of the Buddhas. Shining, they travel to countless Buddha realms. They have eliminated all faults and are purified of all kleshas. With the kleshas completely eradicated, they are 1 lifetime from becoming a jina. They will not go to the lower realms. From that realm of humans, all rebirth into the lower realms has been eradicated in that realm. Do not doubt what has been revealed concerning that protector, the Lord of the world, Amitabha, and you will go to Sukhavati. A woman who has faith on hearing the praise of this precious sutra will soon become a superior wise man, who miraculously goes to billions of realms. Many offerings of innumerable kinds offered continuously to supreme beings within the appearance of a quintillion realms cannot equal a fraction of a loving mind. Those who always practice correct conduct and samadhi, and also countless dhyanas and liberations, who always practice emptiness devoid of attributes, they will soon become sugatas in the world. The bodhisattvas who maintain the aggregate of correct conduct make the greatest, most special offering to me. Those who maintain the aspiration to enlightenment in the time of degeneration are continuously making an offering to all the Buddhas. The bodhisattvas in the dreadful time of degradation, who protect this supreme dharma taught by the Sugatas, are my offspring and protectors of the dharma in the later times. They have been entrusted by the 10 million Buddhas. Conclusion of the 33rd chapter, the benefits of possessing this sutra.